Hello and welcome. Now, before I go into this, I will say that I went through to great lengths of getting that little thumbnail. Okay, I'll put it in the snow, and I'll talk about the consequences later on. But enough of that. This is going to be my review of the Kershaw Cryo. Okay. We'll go through some specifications first of all. The overall length is 6.5 inches or 16.6 centimetres. The blade length is 2.7 inches or 7 centimetres. The cutting edge is 2.5 inches or 6.6 centimetres. And the weight weighs in at 4.1 ounces or 117 grams. Now that's pretty heavy. So why is it heavy? Well, the handle scales are solid stainless steel, 410 stainless steel, but they have a titanium carbo-nitride coating. Okay, I don't really think that does anything other than add weight, and I'll tell you why in a second. They're quite nice handle scales. I mean, it's a very striking knife. I mean, everything kind of like flows into each other. I mean, all the colours and things. But yeah, it definitely is it's pleasing on the eyes. Now, like I said, this coating, and going back to the thumbnail, I did have that in the snow for about 2-3 minutes, okay, while it was posing for the shot, and in those 2 to 3 minutes, in the snow, it developed some rust. There, even some on the bottom of the blade. It's difficult to see, but yeah, it did develop some rust, and that was about 2 to 3 minutes in the snow. So if you drop this in a parking lot, car park, and you came back out and tried to look for it, it'd probably be brown. Okay, that's no overestimation or anything like that. It's not good for rust. Okay, not at all. I don't know why they bead blast and they coat it and things like that, but Kershaw really needs to sort their rust issues. Out of all my knives, Kershaw knives seem to rust the most. Okay, if you have to make it out of H1 steel or something else similar to that, go for it. I don't mind paying an extra £40–50. But at the moment these knives rust, so you've got to bear that in mind. I thought it's a very valid point, okay, because you might have this knife in your pocket all day, and just if you're down south or wherever in a humid environment, you've got to take that into account. How long will your knife last before it rusts on you and things? So take that into account. If you don't mind that, by all means. Right, I'll carry on. So the handle scales, yeah, they're quite grippy, even though they're kind of slick. I assume that coating adds a little bit of grippiness. Okay, I wouldn't really recommend it with moist, wet hands. Again, I'm not sure whether this is good for a humid environment. Now, the pocket clip. It's a very decent pocket clip actually. It's quite deep carry, really, and it's 4-way positionable. Okay, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I know this is not a maths lesson, but thought I'd point that out because it's very good for left-handed people as well. I mean, it's got ambidextrous thumb studs, which are the same size, and as you can see, I am not left-handed, but that was quite easy to perform, and again, very easy to perform. Okay, so you might want to bear that in mind. It's trying to cater for everyone. Okay, so that's tip up, tip down carry. It doesn't really have any liners, okay, because it is a frame lock. Okay, that's the locking mechanism. There's this lock bar that shifts over and locks the blade in place, okay, or the tang in place. Now, that is very good, but at the same time, because it says speed safe, it is a speed safe assisted opening. Basically, it's a flipper design, so you push down, and from about there, the spring takes over and carries the momentum. Okay, so you don't just push a button and it's open. There is some tension but then the spring carries it forward. Okay, I hope I've explained that well, but the kind of spring is all coiled into the handle scales. Okay, again, that adds weight, but at least there aren't, in a way, any liners. It's a blow-through design. You see a bit of a pocket lint and things in there, and the pillars are lovely workmanship on these pillars. Okay, so that's a speed safe. As I say, deployment with the flipper or the thumb studs. It's worth also mentioning that when the flipper is deployed, it acts as a nice kind of finger choil. Okay, and this knife is smaller than I thought it would be. Okay, it's looks can be deceiving on websites and things, and on other videos it looks quite large. Okay, probably due to the shape of it, but actually I've got large hands and my pinky only just kind of fits on the end there. But that's fine. That's fine. Ergonomics, like as I was moving on to that, it's comfortable. It is a comfortable knife, okay, and it's solid. The weight of it actually, gives you a bit of trust in the knife that it can perform some hard tasks, okay. With the grip on the scales, it's helped with the jimping along the spine of the scale and partially on the spine of the blade, and also there's some kind of gnarling jimping cutouts there, okay. And for the lock bar there is an over travel disc there to stop you from pushing the lock bar too far the other way, okay, and damaging the locking mechanism. Okay, it is made in China, okay. Believe Kershaw are quite a big American company, but a lot of their knives are made in China, a lot. But here we go, 8CR13 MOV, nothing wrong with that steel, but with the bead blasted finish, I've never had a tenacious or anything like that rust on me, but like I say, because they've bead blasted it, I've noticed a few speckles of rust, but it's a Hinderer design, okay. And if you don't know much about Rick Hinderer, I mean, he's got real world experience as a firefighter and EMT, okay, so he's got a lot of experience, and you must understand that obviously the zero tolerance line that are kind of owned by Kershaw, they have a few Hinderer designs, and it's a very nice knife blade design, okay, very useful, kind of drop point kind of shape with a top swedge, okay. It kind of tapers there, okay. My light is fading here, so I hope you can see the contours. Okay, but yeah, it is quite comfortable. Now there's a little bit of hype around this knife in particular at the moment. It's 2012 Best Buy of the Year by Blade magazine, okay, and it's Men's Journal approved January 2013. Okay, now okay, obviously us knife connoisseurs, we you can take that with with a pinch of salt, if you will, or you may just love the design. All I know is this, I really like the design. I think it's one of the best knives Kershaw have brought out in a long while, and I wish it all the best in a way. Now, hey, come on, please upgrade the steel, make these titanium or at least aluminium, okay? Can you not carbo-nitride? Can you not titanium carbo-nitride coat aluminium? If this knife was £100, I mean that would be worth it, surely. But it's so successful that they are bringing out a Cryo 2 model. Okay, it's that successful. Okay, but obviously they're making it with the handle scales of the same 410 stainless steel. So again, it's going to be weighty. Okay, now put it in perspective. This is nearly the same weight as a Spyderco Military. Put it that way, okay? It weighs 117 grams. The Military only weighs about 8 grams heavier, okay? So, yeah. Okay, So that's the weight issue out of the way, and obviously my only other issue would have been the bead blasting and just the coating and the rust issues. Okay, but all in all, there are definitely more positives than negatives for this knife. It's an excellent little user beater knife, and the price of one of these will set you back around £40. Okay, so do shop around. I will do some size comparisons. Okay, now a lot of people, including that fancy bloke, he actually says that this is the new Tenacious. I don't think it is. I just think it's too heavy. It's too smaller, and yeah, it's not. I just don't think it is. All right, but we'll show you some comparisons now. I'll show you some comparisons. So next to another Kershaw knife, the Skyline. Many people have got Skylines, they love their Skylines. It's not as long as a Skyline, but I really like the Skyline, okay. I really like the blade shape and how thin it is, how light it is, but again, I'm not a big fan of that liner lock there. I'm more of a fan of the frame lock, okay, and I really like the blade shape, and I really like how comfortable the Cryo is, okay, but I thought I'd compare those two. We'll remove the Skyline and we'll obviously put in the Tenacious, the Spyderco Tenacious, okay. Look at it, I mean, the Cryo is heavier than the Tenacious, okay, and but there you go, both have 4-way pocket clips. But I'm not going to compare them too much because I will be doing a separate video comparing these two, so definitely keep an eye out for that video. It's kind of going to be a versus video, okay? But that's a size comparison with the Tenacious. It's smaller and heavier. With the Spyderco UK PK, very similar actually, very similar blade length and handle length. Of course, it's probably about nearly 3 times heavier, but there we go. So they're the size comparisons. And finally, knives that I feel that are closer to it in terms of size. It's a Spyderco Delica and Spyderco Persistence. I think they're actually closer than a Tenacious to it. But there we go. All right, they're the comparisons. Okay, now I just recently mentioned, didn't I, that it has been very successful for them. I think it's a very nice knife for the money, and like I say, there's going to be a Cryo 2 coming out with a 3 1/4 inch blade, but again, it will probably be a fair bit heavier, okay, because of how big the handle scales are going to be. Now, please, if you're listening, Kershaw, upgrade this. It's an excellent design. Okay, and just upgrade it with titanium scales or at least aluminium or something like that, but keep the blade shape, keep the handle shape. It's a very good design. Keep the speed safe, definitely. Okay, but there we go. And I mean, probably people may put in the comment section they have already upgraded it. It's called the ZT500 or the zero tolerance hinderer. Okay, but yeah, I mean, where's the middle knife comparing this one and the very expensive one? There isn't at the moment, so you've got a bit of work to do, Kershaw. Anyway, I'm very happy with this Kershaw Cryo, and I hope you will be too. That was my review. Now please do comment, rate and subscribe if you've had any issues with rust with these knives or anything like that, and please do you know, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. Okay, take care.